Hello everyone, my name is Fouraq and welcome back to the second episode of my Forever World series. Now, as you can see behind me, I did a little bit of detail work in between episodes. Honestly, um, I'm still learning how to edit everything well, so it's gonna take me a while to get some good time lapses and stuff done. I downloaded the flashback mod, but because I'm running shaders and also using Lightmatica to import my trees from my creative worlds, I honestly, it was all kind of glitching out and I still haven't figured out how to fix it. So yeah, to show you what I did, I just did a bit of little detailing work. I added in some texturing into the foundation to add some more detail to that. I put in this kind of smaller oak size tree, and I actually think it looks really nice. And then I have these two larger spruce trees or custom spruce trees. I didn't want to use the spruce leaf, so I went for birch and I used dark oak for the logs. It's a really simple base, it just goes straight up. Um, and these I actually built after watching a YouTube tutorial, which I can definitely link below. It was super easy, and then I just kind of saw the process that they did and then did it myself. So I did these two, and these I think are going to be the basis of all of the trees around here, and then I'll have some other smaller variety trees like this, but most of the trees in this area will probably be these more like pine trees. I still haven't done anything down here yet. That will be something I can work on later maybe. And yeah, I just adding in some grass and stuff around and some bushes and detailed the chimney. And then back here, you'll see I actually added on a balcony. And in a second, we can go in and I can show you the interior. It's not like a crazy interior because there wasn't a ton of space, but I actually ended up using a bunch of trapdoors to kind of separate off like a bedroom, but I didn't close it all the way off up to the ceiling. And then over here, I just made a little tiny sofa with the fireplace. I want to put a little copper golem here, but they're currently still oxidizing in the back. And then I just did a little lectern over here and a simple rug. And today, actually, I saw the brand new snapshot for 26.3 with the new cushion blocks. So whenever those get added, we are going to be able to make so much cool furniture. But until then, we just got to stick with this. And then in here, I just made a tiny little bedroom. I just put the bed up against the wall and have this balcony back here, which actually makes it super convenient to drop down back into my storage room. So yeah, a lot of cool little things I did. The only real adventuring I did was to go find a lush cave to get the moss and the azalea. But other than that, I still haven't really done much. I think in today's episode, it would be good to maybe go to the nether. But honestly, before that, I might need to go and do some more mining again. I still have yet to die. I knew it was gonna happen. All right. Oh. Okay. Level 30. Says efficiency 4. Are we gonna get garbage? No one breaking? Whatever. Okay. So I'm thinking the next building I'm gonna make is a shipbuilding with having um the dock coming out over here this way because I kind of want to leave this little cove open so I can have like some nice decorations. So then maybe the dock can just kind of shoot out this way and connect up to here. But I'm thinking I'm also going to incorporate a bit of a tower and make kind of a pseudo lighthouse. It's not really going to be a lighthouse, but or maybe like a bell tower. Just something that to add some like height to the front here. I've made similar buildings like this in the past. I can actually put a photo up right now, but I want to do like a big arched opening. This is going to be a smaller version of what I've done in the past, but I still think it's going to look pretty cool. So I need to get more tuft and then I'm going to start building. The building is finished, kind of. Uh, I don't know. I think I like the main building a lot. Again, I'll need to like texture this stone and add in more detail. But I'm not sure about the little tower part because I think it looks fine from this angle, but this angle is fine too. It's this angle right here, just because it's so square up top here, and then it's just this tiny little thing up top. So I'm not sure. I might rework some of this bit, and then these windows are kind of just like randomly there. Um, but you know, for now it's fine. I can fix it later. And then in here I'll have the like how you enter, and then I'm gonna have a step down because probably this layer is gonna be where the floor is, right above the water. Yeah. So that's really cool to look through. Ta-da! It has been done. I went ahead and did a little bit of changing to the shape up here, and I redid this railing out here, and I just kind of redid the windows to be more of like a grid shape, and I think simpler is better in this instance. But as you can see, I went ahead and I built a little dock out here. It's a pretty simple, I just did like some pillars going down, and I did some little shorter docks so I could actually get up onto the boat. And I'm thinking maybe at some point it could be cool to put like a smaller like built ship right here, like maybe a little sailboat would be cool. I'm not super like I've never been super good at building boats, so I'm a little terrified, so maybe we'll just avoid that. But I think now, with updating the shapes up here a little bit, it looks so much better. And now we have this really cool, like, boat workshop lighthouse mashup. Unfortunately, there isn't a way to get up onto this top part of the lighthouse, so that's kind of just decoration at this point, but I still think it looks okay. But what I do want to show you is I finished the interior, which I think turned out really nice. I added in a lot of different pillars and support and tried to follow the different arches, and then I just did a bunch of different barrels and pots and chests. I did try to do like a little boat rack right here, which looks a little funky, but I think it looks okay. Um, and then we got this dude who's just been stuck in this boat, gurgling away. Swag money. Period. Okay, we have done a thing. It is now been very basically terraformed. This is not any advanced fancy axiom gradient doo-doo shit. I just went around and placed some dirt in survival mode and just try to make some more flat areas with some more interest. I'm thinking to have the road kind of go right up here, this gradual slope, and then that'll go all the way off into the distance. But we have plenty of room now to fill in the rest of our tiny little village. I don't want this village to be too big. I want it to be a very basic starter village, so very small, only a couple of houses. Um, but one thing I do want to add in is an iron farm somewhere, but I need to figure out how I want to design it into like something special, and make it, it's going to be a basic iron farm, but still like make it cool. So I need to figure that out next, but this is where we're at. Okay, I lied. We're not going to build an iron farm. We're actually going to build this giant tavern. Um, I know I said it was going to be a small village, but I decided to have this giant building. I just collected all these materials, and now we're going to build it. Wow, wasn't that nice? So I guess I figured out how to use the shaders because there's three different mods. I had the flashback mod for the replay, and then I have the shaders running with Iris, and then I have Lightmatica. But when I'm using Lightmatica and then I turn my shaders on, it gets like a weird blue glitch, and it like blanks out some of my textures. So then I had to turn the shaders off, but then I thought the replay was going to be ugly. But then somehow I can turn I filmed the replay without the shaders on, but then if I go into edit the shader, or I go into edit the replay with my shaders on, then it works. I don't know. Anyways, not important. I figured it out. So yeah, we have our lovely little, not little, our lovely big ass tavern. Let me fly up here. It's pretty nice. This is actually a build that I designed maybe like 6 months ago in a creative world. Um, and I really, really liked it. So I wanted to bring it in because it was actually this build that inspired me to do the like rounded roof for kind of all of the builds in the village. And so I thought, why not take the building? And then I just had to change out some of the blocks to fit the palette that I wanted to go with for this village. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love this build. And now it's such a perfect entrance to the village because again, I'm picturing this to be a very simple like fishing village. So there's not going to be like any, this is probably going to be the largest building, and now it makes it so it's like a perfect entrance like right under the tavern gate to kind of lead you into the village here, because now I can have the path coming through, and then over here I can fill it in with more trees because I want to have like a nice forest path bringing you into the village. So yeah, this is what we got. Um, I'm not sure what I want to do out front here. I was thinking probably a good place to make another building for like a stables. So I'll have to think of what I want to do for that. But I love it. It's not fully decorated yet. I just kind of have the base decorations. Honestly, part of me wants to wait for the cushion to come out, but like that's gonna be a couple months, so maybe not. We'll have to decorate it without it. Yeah, so we'll have a little bar part back here, and then I'll have a bunch of different seating. I'll need to add in some more lighting because the candles don't really do much. So up here, I actually still need to add some more candles onto the chandelier here, but you know, it's mostly the lantern that's lighting it up. This is the upstairs, and then this tavern actually has 5 different rooms. This one's pretty nice. This one's really tiny, and it doesn't have a window because unfortunately on the other side of the wall here, same with this one, is where the chimneys are, so you can't really fit that in. But then you also have this lovely little balcony that'll be really cool to like look and like see the path going out of the village. And then you have this crossover part that brings you over into the tower. And here's another one of the bedrooms. I'm thinking of these like larger tower rooms or like the fancier rooms because they're a little bit bigger and they both have windows. And then all the way up top here, it's like an amazing aerial to see all the area around it. And once this is filled in with like the road and everything going over there, it's gonna look so cool. And then just way down at the bottom here, it's just like another little entrance. So, and then I even put a door out here. So yeah, a lot of different doors in and out, but I'm loving it. I think it looks great. So I need to figure out what to do with the villagers. I know I want a couple of villagers, like I want them like occupying different houses and stuff. So I'm guessing I'm gonna kind of keep them trapped here for a while. The reason I ended up building the tavern instead of making an iron farm is because I realized that you're not going to have good spawn rates for an iron farm if you put it inside an actual village with random villagers roaming around. So I'm going to have to figure out a different location for that, but fortunately right now I'm not like in dire need of a bunch of iron, so I don't really need the farm at the moment. So I might just go ahead and keep building up some different village houses, then I can not have these guys trapped in here anymore. Skeleton spun your dime. I did it. It is raining, and I shall build a house. Hi, okay, I'm whispering. Okay, look, I'm going around, and then I was changing the foundation, and then I built that wall, and then, oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Oh, I built another wall, and I filled in a window, and oh, there's a floor, and then, oh, you can't see me. Oh, bamboo, that's nice. Oh, we got a roof. Oh, I'm not whispering anymore. And then I go up, and then I kept falling, and then, I made this tower, but then I had to make it bigger, and then, but you'll see that in a second, and then, wow. Huzzah! And now, this lovely house is complete. It does look a little bit different from when I finished the speed build because I ended up changing some things. I made this part a 1 block taller, same with the chimney because I thought it looked a little smushed. And then over here, I changed it out to have like this nice little balcony. This building is actually the exact same dimensions as that, but obviously it has this like tower bit, so it makes it a little different, and obviously the windows and the block palette and everything are different, but the roof is the same. But I think it's starting to come together because like I want each building to be a little bit different from each other. The same with like the palette that they're going on, like the main colors, but all sticking with this like you know, using the yellow tones with the oak and the birch and the sandstone. I think it looks pretty nice. But I added in a couple more trees as well, and then right here in this spot I'm thinking this is going to be a perfect place to make a more substantial cow pen, because I decided that this house is going to be for a leather worker. So I went ahead and did a nice little interior, have the cauldron for the leather workers so we can move it in. So like this front part's like kind of like the workstation area, and then you have like the nice view out into the middle of the town. And then over here, I separated off like kind of a little living quarters. So we got a nice fireplace and a family portrait, and then like a little desk, and then just a bed. And yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. I can do a 360. Do. Wow. Amazing. And then I got more animals. So we have a dog now. Well, we had a dog and then that died. So I'm gonna try not have this one die. And then because we have so many villagers in one place, these cats started spawning. So we got these two cats, and so now we gotta think of names for these animals, and then maybe we can place them around different spots in the world. And then, like I was saying right here, I think it's gonna be a great place to just make a little bit bigger of a cow pen, and then it'll make sense for it to be here because it'll be right next to the leatherworker's house. But I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope that the editing and the sequence of events made maybe slightly a little bit more sense. And if you have any recommendations for what I should build, or I really want to name the town. So if you have any recommendations for that, or just really anything in general, let me know. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.